What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Hold on, let me click out the ceiling fan real quick, man. Y'all know I'm ghetto. But check it out, man. Wanted to break this down to y'all for anybody who might be going through a tough time right now. I ain't acting like I'm the love doctor and just some relationship guru or expert, all that. But you know, one thing about your big brother, I done seen some things. I done been through some things and I done seen some things. If I ain't been through it, most likely I have seen it. So just to kind of help a lot of people out who may be struggling and going through the pain of a tough relationship, this for male or female, this applies everybody, and you are fighting to get past that hump, to get over that hump of that pain and that feeling of like the breakup game is over. I'm hurting, I'm in pain and all that, and I'm trying to get over the person. Um, I'm gonna give you a couple of tips on how you know that you're turning the corner. This is how you know that you're turning the corner and that it's starting to get better. The first thing I have to say to you is that you have to reach a point where you force yourself to let go. You have to let it go. And when I say let it go, I mean from two angles. Sometimes um, the person, they cut you loose. They don't want to deal. They don't have anything else to deal with you. And we get in that mode where we can't accept that. We just put in their mind like, it got to be something wrong with them right now. They're going through something. There's no way that they cannot want me no more. But the reality is they don't. So you have to come to the conclusion and accept the reality within yourself to say, all right, it is what it is. This person has shown me through their actions that they don't want to have anything else to do with me, and the feeling that I have for them is not mutual anymore. You got to let it go. Now, the other part that I was going to say about letting it go also means like sometimes you have a cordial split. Sometimes it ain't no cussing and fussing and drama and busting windows out and putting tires on flat and all that type of stuff. Sometimes y'all just decide to make that move, to drift, y'all may drift apart, or y'all just had a conversation and y'all make that move. But you kind of keep connecting here and there, and it doesn't serve the purpose for either one of y'all to be able to move forward. So you got to let it go too, even if it doesn't end on a messed up note. But a lot of times we don't want to experience that pain, or we get into that comfort zone, that familiarity zone with that person, and you just don't feel like starting over and all that type of stuff. So you just kind of revert back to what it is that you were familiar with. And it's just not a good thing to do, especially when you ignore some of the very problems and some of the very reasons that led y'all to split up in the first place. So those are the things that you got to look at. You got to also allow yourself and force yourself to take the time to go through that painstaking process of just going through the pain. You got to go through the storm. When it's fresh, when it's early, you're going to feel it every day. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. You're going to be sick. But don't let that cause you to become weak and then fall back into, fall back into the familiarity zone, just to go back. And like I said, if the person don't want to deal with you no more, now you're looking desperate. Now you're looking messed up. So you gotta allow yourself not to go through that phase as well. And every day that you wake up, when you create the disconnect, the intentional disconnect from that person, every day that you wake up, it's like taking another step away. It's taking another step. You're getting further and further and further away from those feelings and that person. But you have to stay disciplined. And after a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, depending on the level of love and hurt and feelings that you had, you know, it'll start to hurt less. It'll start to go away. It's like, man, it ain't as bad. I actually feel like getting up and going to do something today. I ain't just laying in the corner just rocking back and forth no more. I'm good. Um, and one of the good ways to know where you are, and like I say, when you turn the corner, is early on when you sick, because we've all been there. We've all been there. When you sick, man, when it's hurting, you can't even imagine that person holding hands with somebody else, walking through the park, smiling and grinning with somebody. It just, it just messes you up. But when you get to the point where those types of thoughts don't really bother you as much or bother you anymore, when you can visualize you seeing this person in public with somebody else, and it don't just crush your spirit, you good, and that's the best sign of knowing that young man or young woman, you have turned the corner. You get your turned the corner certificate, because now you starting to phase out of it. You're phasing out of it, and you can move on and to the next chapter. So these are just some little tips, because one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of us make is just showing the inability to let go, because we don't think that something could be better for us out there. And when we think like that and we don't move on that, then a lot of times you miss out. A lot of times you miss out. And when the day comes where you finally just come to reality, and maybe you linger on another 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years, then you regret the time that you wasted. When you like, man, when you finally fall into that pocket of happiness, you like, wow, could have been doing this. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel. Um, Let me know anything I miss, and I hope that this helps somebody to get over that hump. I ain't no, like I say, I don't do the relationship stuff, all the time. But sometimes on special requests, I chunk one out there. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.